Good night, well, this is Ivan the Mayor. So I thought it'd be cool to do a holiday special. Today's Christmas, right? So I decided to show my face for today, and then you'll see me early early New Year's. The folks came here, the family came here. They just left. We just opened our presents, so now I'm gonna do a video. I'll see. I want to talk about the Matrix. I can talk a bit about maybe my Zanus book or something. I don't know. Thought we go to make a video for you guys to keep you happy, obviously. And my hair is a mess. I have to get it touched up next month. The spikes are still there. You can see how this time you actually see the spikes. This side there's spikes, but it's very small. Obviously, you can see the spikes in the back of my hair. Yeah. This time it's good. Whereas last time the spikes were all gone. I didn't take care of my hair, obviously. I have a New Year's resolution. I want to get down to 194 by next year. So I'm going to take my walks 6 days a week. I want to save money and get that bike. But for me to save money to get the bike, I need to either get my full-time hours back at Coco 40, which I won't, because the other dishwasher came back. I have to get another job. And so I what? Hopefully I get the what? Another job and I can make my $1,000. I can save my 8K and get my bike. These are gummies, by the way. They're good gummies. They're fucking good. Let's talk about the Matrix, hypothetically speaking, obviously. Not guarantee I'm gonna do the Matrix. I just thought it'd be cool to make a video about the Matrix. Okay. So I'll say this. You guys see the board well? Yeah, you can see it well, right? Warner Bros. Owns the Matrix brand. They own it, right? They own it. They own the Matrix brand. Some Sarah? They own it. Can I see that? Warner Bros. Owns the Matrix brand. Which is why, in order to do my Matrix sequels, I have to purchase the rights off Warner Bros. Because they own the brand, obviously. Some Sarah? They own it. Just like Zayas I own, right? The Zayas IP I own. So for anyone to get the rights off my Zayas IP, they have to what? Purchase it off me, obviously, because I own it. The Zayas brand is mine. I own it. 20%, yeah. Obviously. I can try a different color, but you see it best with black. That's why I'm going to stick to my black marker. My other board I threw in the garbage. I don't need anymore. I threw that in the garbage. My markers all around, I threw it all in the garbage. The Amazon board doesn't work anymore. This is dollar store one. So instead of buying a new one, I'll just use this one. You can see it's big enough, right? Obviously. So after Zanus, obviously, if I decide to do the Matrix instead of the Great Escape, I will be giving Warner Bros. A call to see if they are right. They are interested. That's what I'm saying here. Yeah. So after Zanus, if I decide to do the Matrix instead of the Great Escape, I will be giving. I always make typos. I will be giving, not giving, right? Giving Warner Bros. A call to see if they're interested. If they're not interested, I'll just do the grayscale with Keanu Reeves and all them. If they're interested, then I will highly be considering purchasing the rights to make the sequels of the Matrix. And you guys already know the idea I have for the story, what actors I'm interested in Hollywood and choosing for the movie. Yeah, I made many videos about this. I'm sorry. So even though this is a dollar store one, it works. The eraser works well. You can see the board well. The other one's all smudged up. It was fucked up. It didn't work. Because I haven't used it in like 2 years, right? Yeah. These gummies are so good. My God, they're amazing gummies. So if Warner Bros. Is interested, obviously, in selling off the rights for the Matrix sequels, I have terms. You guys already know my terms, obviously. So I have terms, obviously. But just to give you a quick note, if when Warner Bros. Asks me, Ivan, do you want the rights for the whole brand, or you want no? I want the rights to make to make your sequels. So I want to purchase the rights to make your sequels. That's what I'm going to tell the Warner Bros. Execs. I'm sorry. So if Warner Bros. Is interested in selling off the rights for the Matrix sequels, I have terms. I'm saying I have terms, obviously. I have terms. What are the terms? Say this. What are the terms? Obviously. Number one, the W sisters or brothers. I'll say sisters because they're what? They're trans now, right? The W sisters have to agree to direct the sequel trilogy. So I'm saying? That's number one. Number two, obviously, Warner Brothers has to erase Resurrections from canon. Obviously. That's the second thing. And the third, obviously, I will pay them $2 billion for the rights. I'll just say I will pay them $2 billion for the rights. Those are my terms. So if you have a step-by-step process, obviously, for the Matrix. Why is this thing not coming off? Okay. I don't want my hands getting all. Yeah, so what are the terms? The Wachowski sisters have to agree to direct the sequel trilogy. If they're not on board, I'm not touching the Matrix brand. I'll just do the Grayscape. And second thing, the Warner Bros. Has to erase Resurrections from canon. It cannot be sold anywhere around the world. It has to be erased. Otherwise, I can't tell my story, as I can't fix your Resurrection movie. That movie was terrible. And the third thing, if these two steps are successful, then I'll pay them $2 billion in cash for the rights to make the sequels and sell my sequel games and sell my sequel merch. But Warner Bros. Retains the rights for the Matrix. Everything in the Matrix is yours. I just own the rights for your sequels. That's the best way to make it fair for Warner Bros. And my sequel trilogy will boost the sales for their Matrix trilogy, the original Matrix trilogy. More people will buy the movies. More people will they're probably going to make games about Neo and that kind of stuff, and they're gonna get more. They're gonna get more interest, obviously, because I now made the sequels based off the originals. But I don't own the Matrix brand. I just own the rights to make the sequels and the sequel trilogy. So you have to put in the contract. I purchased the rights to make the sequels, and I also own the sequel brand. If you just say own the rights to make the sequels, Warner Bros. might think that they still own the rights for the sequels. They might take my money, but you have to be careful. Put in the contract, I own the rights for the sequels, obviously, and you own the rights for what? For the Matrix, and I also own the Matrix sequels. So Sarah, yeah. That's my deal. Oh, this fresco's so good. I'm thirsty. Yeah. Now for this, I'll enjoy the show with you guys. I made a holiday special, right? Yeah. Obviously. I'm sorry. So for the sequel, for the Matrix sequel brand, obviously, I will sell merch, 4K movies, obviously. I'll say trilogy. I'm gonna make a trilogy of the Matrix, obviously, and games. Three games I'm gonna make based off the movies, and I own this, Sincere. Whereas Warner Bros. Owns the rights for the Matrix. Because if you just say I want to purchase the rights to make the Matrix sequels, obviously, Warner Bros. Might try to find a way to take my money. Ivan, you never said in the contract that you own the brand. You just said you own the right to make the sequels. And that's why you have to have a lawyer with you, because they can find ways to dupe you. You have to be careful. Guys, I'm not an idiot. Put in the contract, I own the rights to the sequels. I also own the sequel brand, the Matrix sequel brand. I own it. That way Warner Bros. Doesn't touch my money. They don't come after me, Sarah. Yeah, so for the Matrix sequel brand, I'm gonna sell merch, 4K movies, obviously, trilogy, obviously, and games. I'm gonna make 3 Unreal Engine 5 games based off the movie. That's really an amazing brand, and that's it. Obviously. Ivan, what we do after the Matrix? I don't know, but I'm thinking of doing the Spider-Man Miles Morales after that. Either after the 5 movies or after the Matrix trilogy, whichever I do, I'm thinking of doing a Spider-Man trilogy, or even quadrilogy for a 4-movie series of Spider-Man. I think of doing Miles Morales. I purchased the rights off Hollywood for Miles Morales off Sony, right? I think Sony owns Miles Morales. You purchase the rights off Sony, you make a trilogy if you want off Hollywood. I'll see what happens. I don't know. That's way out in the room. I'm not gonna think about that right now. I'm sorry? Pretty tired. This will only be maybe a, I don't know. I'll try my best to do a 1-hour video because I'm a little tired right now, but I mean. Yeah, so I thought I'd go talk about the Matrix. Now I'll talk about Zanus. Obviously. So the last hope for Zanus, I'm hating this then. Last hope for Zanus, obviously, will be one story told in 3 volumes. Sarah. And it will sell hundreds of millions of copies. Yeah. Hundreds of millions of copies. It will beat out Harry Potter or tie Harry Potter. Because Harry Potter sold, I think, like 700 something. It'll either beat out Harry Potter or tie Harry Potter with the salesman. That's why VJ. That's why my significant other cries. Obviously, she doesn't want to miss out on this life, and she doesn't want to be left behind. Obviously, and miss out on the billionaire life. That's why she cries. That's why she cries. Obviously, she's crazy. Yeah, man. Selfish, huh? I want to fuck all these guys. I want to be with Ivan. I want to billions. I want to be with them. Yeah, she's crazy, man. Yeah, man. Evil, man. Fucking evil. She wants her full cake. Yeah, that's why I'm getting my first girlfriend rubbing her face. She's crazy. She's mad. That's tough. That's too bad. Lose this weight, Ivan. Get to see your girlfriend. You'll get her attention because she never listens. She doesn't listen. She's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, Xanus will sell hundreds of millions of. I have the keys, man. So Xanus is gonna sell hundreds of millions of copies around the world. The main area will be Europe and North America. Whereas Africa, the Middle East, they're not going to buy it because they don't understand English, those guys. So that cuts it down. The Middle East, Africa, China, Japan, they're not going to buy it because they don't understand English over there. The only people who will buy my book in China are the people who understand English, who can read English. Only a good maybe like 50 million people in China speak English, understand it pretty well, and the rest don't understand a word of English. India too. The Middle East, they don't speak English there. They don't understand shit there. Africa, most people in Africa don't speak English either. South America, Mexico, most people there don't understand English. So the main area that are going to buy my book is Europe, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, and like the States. Those are the main areas that are going to buy my book on Lulu. And most people are probably going to buy the ebook. That because they don't want to worry about the shipping. Obviously, Lulu's a big company. They can ship my book worldwide. They're a big fucking company. Not as big as Amazon, but they're a big company for books, obviously. But most people will buy the ebook because they don't want to worry about shipping and all that stuff. What if my book takes 3 weeks to come in? They just buy the ebook and read it on their laptop. Obviously. Let's talk about book royalties. That's why self-publishing is where it's at, obviously. For Lulu, how it works is, Ivan gets 80% of the profits, obviously. And Lulu gets 20%. So, Sarah? That's how it works. So for the book royalties, for Lulu, Ivan gets 80% of the profits. Compare 80% to the 15% you're making of traditionally publishing. You see the difference, right? Yeah. Book royalties for Lulu, Ivan gets 80% of the profits, and Lulu gets 20%. Go on their website on Google. Lulu takes 20% of the net profits. So I get 80, they get 20. And PayPal takes like 1.8% of my royalties. Some Sarah? Yeah. That's why I'm gonna be so rich, man. That's why everyone treats me like shit because they're jealous. They're not gonna live this life, man. They're not gonna live the billionaire life like me. Even the guys who are like rich, who make like 400K, they're living a great life, but they're not living the billionaire life like me, man. Like whereby I own my own like Incredibles jet and everything. Yeah. Don't hate me, yeah. I'm sorry? All right. Let's talk more about book royalties. Obviously, I'll say estimation here. Ivan will collect $5 to $7 to $9 billion in royalties. This is my estimation. As the other amount's probably unlikely, but I might perhaps make that. I don't know, but this is my estimation based on like the calculation of 500 million people buying, right? For the book royalties estimation, Ivan will collect $5 to $7 to $9 billion in royalties. But I'm gonna make an estimation. I think I'm gonna make $7 billion. I think that's accurate. $7 billion off the book sales I'm going to make. And that's enough money for me to start SkySource, to fund my Zane's room for $1.2 billion for $2 million, to fund my game, to put $200 million towards my studio lot, to buy my $300 million Incredibles jet and put $10 million towards renovations, to put $300 million towards my condos. I'm saying I have more than enough money. Don't hate me on cent, yeah. Let's talk book royalties. So estimation, Ivan will collect $5 to $7 to $9 billion in royalties. I think I'm gonna make $7 billion, $7.5 billion around there for the book. That's my estimation. A lot of money, man. I'm richer than all these Hollywood companies, man. Most Hollywood companies, most Hollywood companies don't even have that in the bank, man. They have to take loans. A lot of Hollywood companies they're in debt, man. They have like tens of billions in debt, and they take loans for their movie. Whereas I have money in the bank, I can fund it with my own cash. Obviously, yeah, with my own money, I can fund a movie with my own cash, man. Yeah, man. I'm sorry? Yeah. Yeah. Hence why Zanus will have crazy buzz. Yeah. Crazy buzz for the book, obviously. Looking at something crazy. I might even go touring for my book. I highly doubt it though, because of why, but it's gonna have crazy buzz for the book. You know the game Alan Wake? Yeah, think some of that for me. Like, you know, saying I have my bag. You know, saying I get my first royalty check. I buy myself a nice suit. I buy my bag. I look in style, and I'm a best-selling author like Alan Wake. Yeah, the game Alan Wake, something like that. Yeah, hence why Zanes will have crazy buzz for the book. Worldwide frenzy. Yeah, man, something crazy. YouTube. You know what I'm saying? YouTube. Something crazy. Reddit's. Looking at something crazy, man, around the world. Everyone going crazy over my book, man. Did you read that book? Holy shit, it's a fucking masterpiece. Yeah. I'm saying, like, Brian Lee Durfee. Brian Lee Durfee's not that big of an author, but I follow him on YouTube, right? Brian Lee Durfee's going to be going crazy over my book. Holy shit, that's a fucking amazing book. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Green. I don't follow Daniel Green, obviously. Mike's book reviews. All these guys, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Ron Burnett. John Campea. Man, they're going to be going crazy over my book. Holy shit, man. Ivan wrote a masterpiece, man. This is like Birth of the Rings. Yeah, it's Birth of the Rings. It's Birth in Game of Thrones. Yeah, it's Birth in Game of Thrones, guys. I wrote a masterpiece, man. Yeah, man. And that's why my significant other cries, because she doesn't want to miss out on this life. You know what I'm saying? She wants to see the light too, obviously, and she loves me, obviously. But she doesn't want to miss out on this. I'm being left. She doesn't want to be left behind and miss out on this billionaire life I'm living, man. Like, she knows with that money, when you have $7 million in your bank, you can go on a huge clothes shopping spree. Get your women love clothes. They obsess with clothes. You can get whatever clothes you want. Nice fucking clothes. You're now flying proudly on Incredibles jet. You're staying at the best suites in the world, like 10,000, 5,000, 4,000 night suites. You rent a whole resort for yourself. You're living the life. You're trending. She doesn't want to be left behind. That's why she cries. She's crazy. I'm sorry. Yeah. I see what I'm saying? No, she's just saying here. Yes. See if my spikes are still here. They're still there. My spikes. But they're very small on my left side. Yeah. So I'm saying? I'll stop doing that because it's annoying when I Yeah. Samsara? Yeah. Oh, this is the wrong one. My bad. This is the Expo one. Not this one, no. This one. This one is a race dryer, dry erase, right? Yeah, the whole world will explode talking about my book, my infamous fast novel. Yeah, I'll say that. Infamous fast novel. Because it is a literary masterpiece. There? It's a masterpiece, guys. The whole world will explode talking about my book, my infamous fantasy novel, because it is a literary masterpiece. You guys will see that movie, my book. I wrote a masterpiece. It's the best fantasy novel ever written. That's why Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson are going to want to get their hands on my story so bad. It's been crazy. All the directors in Hollywood are going to want to get their hands on my story. It's that good, yeah. So it's a masterpiece. It's that good of a novel. I'll say this. PJ and MB obviously will be what? Shocked by my story, obviously, by my Xena story. They are going to want to get their hands on my story for the movie, obviously, right? On my story for the movie. I'm sorry. PJ or and Mel, I'll say PJ and Mel Gibson will be shocked with my Xena story. They are going to want to get their hands on my story for the movie badly. Hence why they're going to really compete hard for that job because they want that job so bad. Honestly, look at something crazy. Yeah, fucking crazy. Yeah, that's why they're going to really compete hard for that job. We're going to see how hard they're going to compete. You see, Peter, he's very competitive. Mel's very competitive. It's something crazy in the documentary. I'm going to film that too, by the way. You know what I'm saying? I might call it The Choice. You know what I'm saying? And you see Mel and Peter compete. When you get this music, I'm like, one of you guys will be my chosen directors. I'm saying, and like Peter and Mel, like, holy shit, it could be me. And they compete hard for that job. Yeah, man. They're going to compete so hard. I mean, it's going to be a tough choice for me. But I don't know. But one of them will be one of them, all I'm going to say is, one of those directors are going to give the better answer. And I'll know. Just watch the clips. Guys, even though it's very close, one of them has to have given a better answer than the other one. The one who gives a better answer, that's the director I choose. But you also have to look at their history, their filmography history. Who's you can argue Mel's a better director than Peter, obviously, but Peter did the one trilogy that beats all of his movies. So I'm saying, that's why it's a tough choice, obviously. It's a tough choice because Peter wants that massive contract, obviously. Mel wants that massive contract. They want to be safe, they don't want to be left behind. And they want to direct an Iron movie and be part of that buzzing them. They don't want to be left behind. That's why they're really going to compete hard for their jobs, I'm saying. That's what looks something crazy for the looks something crazy for the what? For the for the competition between the two directors. It looks something crazy. It's gonna be fucking crazy, yeah, man. It looks something crazy for the competition. Yeah, something fucking crazy. Some singer guys. Where the fuck did my cap go? Oh, it's right there. Please don't fall down. Yeah. Crazy. Competitive. I'm spelling it wrong, I think. Spirits. I'll say that. Directors, right? Directors. Crazy competitive spirit. That's all I'm gonna say. Show my camera, guys.